Good morning, everyone. Great to be here. Probably the only person who is not a medical doctor in his profession in this audience. Maybe a few more I already recognize. The closest I come to the medical field, other than going to the doctor for periodic checkup, is that my daughter is a medical doctor. And I have the pleasure to debate and argue about science here from where I come, semiconductor and science in the medical world. But what I want to share with you today is what already mentioned here, that the world of medicine, world of medical services, the entire life science is changing dramatically. We are moving into a big data that I already mentioned here that will change everyone, everywhere on the globe, how he approaches the doctors, because now he can call the doctor from remote, what the doctor responds when he sees and they get this call, because the doctor all of a sudden have the opportunity to have huge amount of data in front of him. Question is how he will process it and how he will be able to provide precision medicine for that patient that may not even see it, but see all the data and all the information about him. And the question of what is care is very significant questions here. On top of it, what we see is that there are many advanced procedures that are being developed today in the robotics, in the robotic surgery, and the entire interface, man-machine patient, doctor-machine patient, is changing dramatically and for the good one. The knowledge and the evolution of the medicine, the evolution of understanding the genomic world and connecting genomic world to the different races in the world, the different people in the world, different origin, different history, the data, the genomic that you can provide and collapse together with the clinical data, this all making a big change on where the world of medicine is going. So if we look at the combination of the advanced research and medical equipment, the big data, the advance in technology and the information communication technology, that's lead to a leapfrog of where we're going and how we're going to do that. Israel is a small country, very small place, 8.8 million people, but with a lot of passion. And we are ready to make a big change.
Sometimes it feels like science fiction. Sometimes it looks bigger than any known reality. But Israeli innovation is a daily reality where scientists, researchers, and Israeli developers are responsible for the daily discovery and development of groundbreaking products that are changing the world and marching humanity towards a better future. Israel is home to a unique ecosystem where startup companies set record-breaking exits. Academia works with the private sector, a world where tomorrow is already here, and the world's largest corporations have long established their R&D presence and facilities.
Well, we're actually very big believers in the technical innovations coming out of Israel and the Israeli startup ecosystem. We find it critical that we're here almost to the point of how can we afford not to be here.
It's really the combination of a multifaceted approach to innovation that comes together in one location. This is our #1 ecosystem outside of the United States.
Tourists come to Israel to see the past, and executives of multinationals come to Israel to see the future.
Israel has a strong reputation as a global hub of innovation and entrepreneurship. This is in large part due to the strong leadership and support the Israeli government provides to the startup ecosystem.
We were the first to open the development center in Israel as part of the government program a few years ago. And now it's across every sector. Whatever we want to find in Israel, we know we're going to find it.
And when you talk about computer science, this is really the sweet spot of Israel's strength. And therefore, no wonder that Mobileye was formed in Israel, and no wonder that we have hundreds of startups in Israel in the automotive ecosystem.
Check Point became a global success in cybersecurity by being first into the market of internet security. We actually invented the market of internet security, and with the combination of the right market and quite innovative technology, we became the leader.
So why wait? Come and be a part of a place that puts research and progress at first place. A place where the largest companies in the world are already present. And enjoy the entrepreneurial spirit, leading academia, and substantial government support. Israel at the heart of things.
So the digital revolution, the digital change, is changing the world. And you can see on the left side, 12 years ago, the top 10 companies in the world, 6 of them were, or 5 of them were in the oil and gas companies. And 4 companies out of those had offices of research and development in Israel. Fast forward 10 years to 2 years ago, you can see that none of the gas and oil company left at the top largest company in the world. The digital revolution moved the digital and the virtual product into the front stage. And the top companies are actually, 6 of them up here, are in the digital business and making their business in the digital area. And you can see that all top company, largest company in the world, have research and development here in Israel. Everyone comes here for the innovation, for the speed, for the data, for the openness, for the thinking out of the box that is customized to Israel from very early stage. As we encounter all kind of necessity that we did not have a solution, we had to think out of the box. If we talk about our security situation, if we talk about the farming, if we talk about how to heat water when you don't have them, hot water and enough energy, that's all happened early on and continue. And if you see how the venture capital appreciate that, you can see that Israel has the largest venture capital investment as percent of GDP. In the past 2 years, more than $11 billion of venture capital worldwide was invested here in Israel. The R&D is the largest as a percentage of GDP in the world. You can see Israel here, Korea is second, and that's yield, that's research and development investment to the ROI that somebody talked here. More than $40 billion exit here in Israel in the past 2 years. Where this all money goes from the venture capital and where the Israel industry is going. So if you look what is the fastest growing segment in the industry today, is the platform of artificial intelligence. More than 80% growth from 2015 to 2018, more than 800 companies in artificial intelligence, and more than 200% increase in venture capital investment in the artificial intelligence. That's artificial intelligence. It's a platform that will impact every aspect of our life, because you can see that the digital health is a big customer of artificial intelligence. You got to use artificial intelligence if you want to process all this data and get the right outcome and the right results. You can see the cyber, which is, don't look at it only security. Think about the security of the personal information that you have on system and you want to protect it. So artificial intelligence, digital health, cyber, all going together. Fintech technology, Industry 4.0, and you can see the transportation. So Israel is moving very, very fast forward to a different world. And if you want this all, you need entire ecosystem. It's not that if you do one step, you have the solution, you have the product. You need the ecosystem. The government need to be involved, need to understand the situation. Government of Israel established the chief scientist position 45 years ago. No, it's not me 45 years. I'm only a year and a half. But I'm now celebrating the success of all my predecessors. One of them is right here, one of my predecessors, Dr. Orna Berry, that was chief scientist about a decade ago. And she is one of the founders of how to take this public fund distributed into the private sector, very dangerous, give public money to the private sector, in a way that will accelerate the research and development and bringing Israel to become a startup nation, which is not enough. We need more than that. What we need is a human capital and drive academia, high school academia, military service to create this human capital. You need the regulation, because if the regulator will not be part of it, we cannot move forward. And investment in the capital data. And the promotion of digital health is in the digital that you can see, the entire national growth now engine, the way we see Israel Innovation Authority see the next jump, the next step of the Israel economy after the information communication technology is in the digital health and in the life science. Promoting a lot of clinical trial and do that with hand-to-hand with the new industry and to drive the Israel health system to be one of the world leader. And as one mentioned here before me, it takes the whole village, the entire globe to collaborate and to work together, and there is no barrier today. And as I said, if you want the ecosystem, you need the academia to be excelling in the research and development. I think Israel academia is excelling, and you can hear about the Weizmann Institute, Tel Aviv, Bar Ilan, all the university, Technion. You need the government understanding. You need the industry to be integral part of the entire system. And I think by bringing funds from the public sector into the industry is one of the areas to break where the market, the free market is failing. And I will touch on that in a minute. And you need the healthcare system. You need all of this. You cannot do it with one element. One of the projects is a PSIFAS that you know, and the Mosaic, if you like the free translation, to create infrastructure of the future medicine that will compose the volunteers that will donate some tissue or blood test. You need the multidisciplinary data, and we want to build a big data that will have elements of genomic data, clinical data, physical data on the heterogenic society of Israel. And based on that, you can learn and you can provide data for the academia to go and do research, for the healthcare, that the doctor can have a huge data in front of him when you want to do analysis of what the case, and to minimize those comments that the doctor have no clue what to do. Maybe he will not have clue what to do, but he will have a lot of data globally that he can judge from. And last and not least, the industry that come up, and all of that to work together. So the Israel Innovation Authority, and my role, and the entire team of Israel Innovation Authority, is to enable entrepreneurs, enable entrepreneurship, breakthrough technologies, and leverage it for sustainable economical growth. I would say that the change in the law that happened with the chief scientist 2 years ago extended the role of Israel Innovation Authority, not only to make sure that we are leading in research and development in the industry and in Israel, but also to expand it into the entire Israel economy and make a bigger impact on the Israel economy. And the last one, to see how using technology we can reduce social gap, not to expand it. And with the remote medical services we can provide today, remote education that we should implement, and we are implementing, we can take the Israel and the world economy and the world society to reduce social gaps. We have to make sure that it will not go to the other end. So how it operates, Israel Innovation Authority is providing conditional loan for transfer technology from academia to the industry, working with the medical services. We have a connection and investment, which conditional loan between the healthcare provider, the academia, and later on to the industry. We're providing conditional loan to entrepreneur, to startup, medium and small-sized company, even large company. And you ask, why on earth Israel government have to provide fund to large company? It's only if we see a breakthrough technology that can change the world, that it makes sense to invest even because opportunity is so big, even if the risk is so high. And many of board of directors that have to provide a quarterly earning report may hesitate to put money there. We will put money because the opportunity is so big, even in the risk. The money that you get from us, it's conditional loan, you made it, you have to provide us back only the principal, you don't pay us back any interest, we don't take any equity in the company. You fail, the loan is being forgiven. We stay neutral. We are not telling any entrepreneur what to invest. And we're investing all over the map. Big data, agrotech, plastic, semiconductor, aeronautics. If the entrepreneur, but what we ask is the entrepreneur will match with the money what we give him. So it's 50-50, give or take. We have some promotion for different areas that we are funding. And in Israel, the life science that you can see on the top right is about 30% of where we invest today, because we see after the ICT that the next step for Israel economy to grow is in the life science. That's where we're going. That's where we think that we can make a big impact. You can see down here the ICT, software and IT is down here 24%, and life science is the largest, and you can see it going from 2011. So Israel is open new horizon and great effort for you, for the industry, and for humanity. We want to make the world a better place to live. Thank you.